Who am I? Questions in your head. Who are you? Where do you come from? Let's talk about it. Okay, we're going to be God and you and the universe. Like maybe right now you don't have $1 in your bank account. Maybe your account is negative. Maybe you're in a place where you're lost and you're confused at the same time, and you're seeking a balance of clarity. You're asking God for your purpose. God, can you talk to me? Okay. So, first, I am grateful that this video will inspire you to think different thoughts that can propel you into the future that is of your greatest desires. Um, Whatever your heart desires to do, I feel like God is just like, God is like the universe, God is just like, it's just giving us and giving you and me the space to be ourselves, to be who we are, to be the intellectual, the messy, the business, the this, the that, the mom, the dad, the sisters, the brothers, the family members. Like, we are just called to be. Like, we're literally called to exist. And of course, labor if labor if necessary inside of who we are. So maybe you want, or you are a baker at heart. You like to bake, you like to cook, you like to sing, you like to dance. You have the hobby, you have the passion. You are a content creator, an influencer. You know what you want, yet you're like, well, why hasn't it happened for me? And my conclusion to that is there's a gazillion different avenues to respond. However, I want to say, when you find yourself in a blissful situation where there's just no other option for you but to listen and pay attention to yourself, listen and pay attention to your surroundings. Like, the only thing left for you, honestly, is like surrender. And that is a beautiful place to be, because there's so much peace, there's so much joy. And I find that you can actually find peace at rock bottom. Yes, this sounds delusional, and it is, and it sounds crazy, and it is, and it sounds amazing, and it is. And um, finding the ecstasy and finding the joy in everything is incredible, because let me tell you, right? I was walking around and I'm like, why do I feel the way I feel? Have you asked yourself this question? Like, why do I feel bad just because I don't have the amount of money that I want to have in my bank account? Like, am I really letting this money thing, or, the amount of money in my bank account define my feelings right now? Am I allowing that to define the way that I see myself and the way that I see the world? Right? Because of our limited vision. So I want to share this with you. My One of my or ex partners or whatever. I remember that I was planning on taking this road trip, and I was like, let's go, God. I always trust God for everything, and so even though I can, let's say, sometimes I can say I trust God, that doesn't mean that I see the way that He's going to provide. That doesn't mean that I have the resources, right? So, for example, every time, and it's scary, like, I'm not going to lie, taking action in a direction where you don't qualify in this world, where people say you don't qualify, is very scary. And I get it. So, my partner asked me, so how are you gonna do it? Like, we don't have any money, we need to save money, let's save the money. I said, okay, cool. We started saving money, but then something happened, and the car broke down, and I'm like, oh God, the money went to that. And so I always am the person that, and I know that based on everybody's financial level, they will take risk based on their financial level. However, I'm blessed enough to take risk on any level, regardless of my finances. And so I just know that if you want it, God will give it to you. Because there's no way in the Bible, in a book, God would write, or somebody would write in there from God, or because what the Bible simply is, people say God wrote the Bible, but in reality, God used his creation, which is us human beings, to write the Bible. Somebody had to become a vessel for God to use them, and to let whatever it is that he wants to bring forth into this world, into this third world, fourth world, fifth world dimension, to be seen by other people. Whomever did the writing had to allow God to work through them, right? Hello, miracle workers. And so I feel like I said to my partner, my then I was like, I trust God, and God always provides. And that's how I even came here, right? And I literally crossed the country, crossed the other side of the country, of this, of, and God always provided every step of the way. Was it easy? No. Has it been easy? No. But my faith has been tested so much that I now have the ability to trust that if tomorrow something happens, God will provide. Like, and that's the crazy part. Only people who get to this level can truly experience the ecstasy of what it is to be with and be without, and to understand that those things that are outside of us do not define us. And it's so sad that we have to, like, not everyone, right? But it's so sad that as a people, as we have to reach, sometimes some of us have to reach a place in our lives where we have to take a serious look at things, and be by ourselves to question and say, oh my God, like, I have been letting my bank account, or my purse, or my shoes, or my clothes, or what I wear, or what I eat, or what I do, or what I say define me. But when you come to this humbling place to humble yourself, you realize that nothing outside of you defines you. Only what you allow yourself to feel and think and believe on the inside is what truly defines you, and who you are, and how people perceive you and look at you and treat you. And so I know this is very profound, and I'm grateful that it is helping someone, because a lot of people do reach out to me, and they, if they don't leave a comment, they leave a comment, or if they don't leave that, they send me a message. They're like, hey, that video on YouTube, they it really helped me, I'm so grateful, or this and this and that, thank you, whatever the case may be. And I'm so grateful for that, knowing that I am allowing love and the vessel of God to work to and through me. And then I continue to learn every single day that this material world is just not what we really think it is. Like, it's amazing how somebody can sell one purse for $60, and yet the same purse with the same quality material can be sold for $38,000. Like, it's freaking incredible. Like, why is that, right? Like, do you pause for a minute and think about why would somebody buy a purse for $38,000 versus $60, right? Why would someone live in a place where you pay 10K a month for rent? Why would somebody live in a place where it's 100K a month for rent, right? And it's like, oh no, well, they have wealthy families, they come from a wealthy background, they must be working really hard. I feel like it's really an untapped potential and a timeline where these people signed up to be, whether that's astrological, or like from astrology standpoint or from a God within standpoint, speeding up your timeline, jumping in into another timeline. Man, this thing is like amazing. And I tell you because like I'm so powerful and you are so powerful. The people who are tapped in and tuned in and turned on here can literally, like, you can literally transcend your body into another dimension. If you have the ability to understand the words that I'm saying, you have the ability to transport yourself and like imagine yourself right now in Thailand watching this video. Imagine you're in Thailand and you're in a five-star resort hotel and they're like tending to you as a king, as a queen. Imagine that all of your problems are being solved right now. Boom, they're solved. No more money problems, no more this problem, no more. Everything is just amazing. Every single day, if we get up with that expectancy and that attitude, I think that we could live an amazing, incredible life. And I'm telling you, based on experience, I've been to so many places, so many different dimensions, physically in the 3D realm and in the 5D, of course, way too much, or way a lot, which is fun. But man, wow, man. I know you can hear me not only from the outside, not only your ears, but I know your spirit can hear my words and can dissect and understand that you are a powerful human being and that whatever your heart desires, you can have it. And that wherever you want to live and whatever you want to do, that it's possible. And that your bank account doesn't really define who you are. I'm telling you, based on experience, your bank account does not define who you are. Only your actions will help you to continue to develop more brain cells. Your ability to think different thoughts, to sit with yourself and reflect on life and then go out there and just do something and then reflect on whatever you just did and just ask yourself how, why, when, where, what could I have done, what could I have improved. And I know that this game, only the tough people do it. Only the tough people play this game. It's not a fun walk in the park. It really isn't. But it's fun once you make it fun. Cause I was like, why am I feeling sad? Right? Like I was walking, I was like, why am I feeling this way? Am I like I'm nobody's making me feel this way. It's only myself. And so I say, no, I cannot wait to feel a certain type of way. I have to tell myself I'm good enough and I produce the feeling of good enough. I am worthy of love and the feeling comes with it. And I remember when I used to watch people like me now with this consciousness talk like this. And I used to be like, I don't want to be a lonely, boring person. I don't want to be so by myself and adopt 8 cats and like whatever, travel the world and like be a no, what is it, a notepad, a nomad, you know what I mean? And I don't want to be that lonely person, but as I come to realize how beautiful life is, there are few people who truthfully get to this level. And once you're here, only when you're here, will you be able to understand how precious life can be. We can tap into any energetic frequency we want. And I'm not just sitting here telling you like woo woo stories. Like, I literally can move across the country if I want to, right? Like, I can manifest, bring into my reality whatever vibration I choose to stand in or on or through. And I want you to know that everything I've been saying is who you are. You are whatever you choose to be. You are whoever you choose to tune into or turn into. It's an amazing reflective moment. I know that we have been conditioned to feel the way we feel because it's like maybe your mom and dad are telling you stuff and people are telling you stuff and you're on another level and you're on this energetic level where you just don't give up. You don't, right? You don't care about the 3D. You don't want to, o sea, those things don't define you. You don't want to make the outside make you feel any type of way, and you shouldn't, because we've become so sensitive. And I think it's a good thing we've become sensitive, because I feel, and by sensitive I mean spiritual. I feel like the generations prior to us, not a lot were spiritual and like weren't aware or awakened, right? Like a lot of people in the past did not meditate. Maybe you think so, but no. People just got up and they literally did what they were told to do. That's why, they say you get up and you go to school and you get good grades and you graduate, and then you get this paper and you get a good job to pay back all the money that you studied for. What are you talking about? And then you die. So then what else is there to life, right? Like, is that it? So I chose to go on my own journey, and I invite you to go on your own journey, which if you're watching this video, you're probably on your journey. And I will tell you something, it is gonna feel lonely, okay? It's gonna feel real weird, and you only gonna be able to relate to the people like me, or people on YouTube, or people on certain medias like TikTok or Instagram or something, because we're very like in tune with our spirit, we're in tune with God and the world, we're in tune with life. We're not in tune with the materialistic side of things, because we understand that that's just a slave mentality. We understand that it's not worth it to live in a place that you don't want to live, to be doing things you don't want to do, because you're not called to do things that you don't want to do. You're actually called to only do the things that you want to do. And that's the only way that God can express himself, through people. It's like, you see, so many people are not willing to sacrifice what it is that they know for what they want. So, for example, if you know that working a 9 to 5 is not satisfying to you, but you keep doing it, then who's sabotaging you? Yourself. Nobody is sabotaging. Oh, well, nobody's forcing you to do that. You have an option. You do not have to do that. Or if you're cooking, baking, but you want to be cleaning instead, nobody's forcing you to do the cooking or the baking. You could do the cleaning. No one is forcing you to do what you don't want to do, and people shouldn't either. And if they do, shame on them. They're just asleep, they're not awake. But if you're awake, I encourage you to quit everything. I know this sounds crazy, but that's the only way you're going to come to only fall in love with you, and fall in love with God, and God is you, and to know that God is all around. I mean, this internal peace, this internal reality which extends on the external. Like, for example, some people would say, well, Jennifer, what about the 3D? Bro, I don't know how it happens. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know half of the time how things happen. I just know that when I follow what I want to do, things always somehow magically work out, and it works out for everybody around me, my clients included, and everybody else. Okay. I don't even have clients right now, right? Like, things just come out of the blue. And I'm telling you, like, I literally don't know where my next dollar is going to come from. I don't. We genuinely don't. Like, we think it's going to come from our jobs, but we don't know that. What if something happens? That's the thing. Why are we so sure that we're going to get up tomorrow and go to work? Or why are we even sure we're going to get up? Once you get into the flow of knowing that you're you're in this world because God brought you in this world, and he wants to work through you, He doesn't want you to do what you want, which what you want is exactly what he wants for you, but you keep pushing it away. He keeps giving you the space to record your videos, do your content, become who you want to become, work on the car, work on the this, work on the that. He keeps giving you what you want, yet you keep pushing it away. Why do we do that? It's okay. We're learning little by little, day by day, to stop worrying about those things that really have no meaning for our lives. And maybe you're like, well, Jennifer, I don't want to be like a person sitting on the mountains and I don't have a roof over my head, or I don't have food to eat, like, I don't want to be like homeless, right? Well, let me tell you this. I thought the same thing, and I've been on this journey for quite some time now, and I will tell you one thing. I have found that when I do what I want to do, everything falls into place. I will repeat that. Whenever, and I'm sitting in a place right now where I consider this my dream life and my mansion, because everything is luxury. Everything is like what I asked God for. Yet I'm not happy. Like, I'm happy, I'm satisfied, I am grateful, but it's not what I thought. I thought that this is what I wanted, right? And it's fine whenever you get there and you realize that, we all do. So now it's like I'm reinventing this wheel. Like, I don't even care for decoration or whatever I thought I cared about. And however, I know this is being transmuted into your mind, and every thought that you're having, because you know what's crazy? We put on YouTube videos and we hear what people are saying, but we're not listening. We think that we're listening, but we're not listening. We think that we're hearing what they're saying. Why are we hearing? Because we're listening to our inner dialogue. And while somebody else is talking, instead of listening, we go and sometimes God pops in our mind, which is our intuitive mind, and our internal dialogue begins to talk. And while I'm talking to you, I can be thinking about a million different things, right? Same with you. So, whatever thoughts you're having, I need you to pay attention to them, listen to them, and follow them. Maybe while you're watching this video, you're like, you know what? I do want to like cross the country and or move across the country or leave my state or start a new business or quit the business or leave the 9 to 5 or start a 9 to 5. Whatever it is that you want to do, man, it's easier said than done. Allow yourself to do it. Don't just do it. Say out loud, hey, body, hey, body, hey, body, hey, body. It's okay. It's me. I allow you to do what you have been called to do. Hey, body, I allow you to do exactly what you came here to do. Hey, body, I love you so much, and I want you to know that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. You're safe, you're sound, and we'll be just all right. We'll be fine. And allow the silence to be. I know, like, suicidal thoughts are a real thing, guys. You have to learn to deal and cope with your reality, and you have to learn to ignore the outside. I know that sounds crazy, but you have to learn to ignore the 3D. I'm not saying ignore it, right? Like, you are responsible. If you can be, the first thing you do is take accountability, right? Be disciplined. I don't not encourage that. But it's if you're on this journey and you feel like everybody's on this journey, no, not everybody's on this journey. Not everybody wants to be on this journey. This is the reason why God only works through the people that allow him to work through them. So, like, I don't know why I always mention the same people because they come to my mind, but Steve Harvey, he claims and he says he was homeless, right? Or all these big time super rock stars, whoever they claim that they were homeless. It's in those moments, you know what I mean? It's really in those moments that where they were homeless or where they were basically attuned with God, because if they had all the money in the world, if they had it all, they wouldn't be able to hear God. They wouldn't be able to listen to what God had to say to them. Maybe they were just exactly where you are today, seeking that permission. God already granted you the permission. He gave you the permission. He gave you the desire to go after what you want. Is it from God? See, one of the things that I'm doing right now is I'm not letting people tell me who God is. I'm finding it out for myself. I'm finding out that God is love and that He loves me and that He wants me to be the best me that I can be. Okay? Not what the world says that I should be, not that what my mom or my dad thinks that I should be, but me. If I want to be free, I have got to be me. The truth shall set you free. Only the truth. What is the truth? That which brings peace, that's which brings love and hope and joy, and which makes you feel like you're in total ecstasy in all places at all times. Do you see Steve Harvey? Just because we're talking about him, this man flows like a butterfly, like a river. This man can tell jokes 24/7 if you give him that microphone. He will tell you a joke whether he get paid for it or not. He just learned to master his internal world so good that he does not let his bank account affect him. If Steve Harvey was to lose all his money today, all his properties, every single thing, and he would be again homeless on the street, which we know that's not going to happen because he already mastered his internal world by being who God created him to be, only doing that 24/7, then we know that quickly he would not allow the external to define him. He would quickly reach those levels of success in human eyes again. He would quickly get back to the place where he belonged to be, in the spotlight, in the moonlight, in whatever light you want to call it, right? Being disciplined with his jokes and his career, whatever God is calling him to do. All he really is a fuller expression and a fuller expansion of who he is. And so your absolute best is when you are doing that which you love to do with the least amount of effort and the most amount of ecstasy and the best amount of joy. And a lot of people are not willing to sacrifice and do it and be homeless and have nowhere to stay if it takes nowhere to stay. Most people are not willing to lose it all. They're not willing to lose the 9 to 5. They're not willing to lose the security. They're not willing to lose whatever it is that they have to lose in order to gain their freedom to be who they are. When I see Oprah and I see Mel Robbins and I see TD Jakes and I see Joel Austin, and I see all these big time people, right? LeBron James, Dwayne Wade. I see all these people, right? Donald Trump. These people are effortlessly themselves. They're just not trying to be anybody else. That doesn't mean that they didn't go through hard times and hard work and dedication and sweat and blood and tears. You don't know what each one of them had to go through, but they went through it because they're like, you know what, man, I'm awake. I'm not going to do a 9 to 5, and I'm just saying a nine. There's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5, by the way. I'm just saying, like, this is what most people or society has programmed us to think, that a 9 to 5 is a bad thing. So I'm just using that as an example, right? But you can use anything as an example. Whatever you don't like doing is a really good example of what you shouldn't be doing. And I'm serious. Like, I'm talking about, like, from cleaning to cooking to washing to being a mother to not being a mother to being a good wife to being a good spouse to being a good sister. I'm like talking about everything, okay? If it's not what you want to do, you shouldn't be doing it. And it's, matter of fact, it's damaging our world. When people serve me at a restaurant with a negative attitude, and I'm a server, I love to serve. Like if somebody serves me with a bad attitude, that person shouldn't be there. They shouldn't be doing that. They should not. And none of us should be doing what we don't want to do, what we don't love to do, because it affects other people. When somebody's cooking that don't want to cook, you can taste that in the food. If you are awakened energetically, you can taste the food doesn't taste like it was made with love. You know how mama makes the food taste like wow, like a five-star gourmet dinner? Yeah, it's because it was made with love and she probably loves what she does. So, as crazy as this may seem, how long are you willing to tolerate doing what you love to do without getting paid for it? Steve Harvey was willing to do it for the rest of his life. If it took that long, that's what he claimed, right? I think he was like homeless for 3 years, is what he said. Most people, a lot of people went homeless, and homeless doesn't necessarily mean maybe you don't have a home. It just means that you literally have a no home, like you don't have nobody, right? Because homeless doesn't only mean like like let's say if you're under a roof in a mansion and you have nobody, that's literally you don't have a home, you're just by yourself, right? And what makes a great home anyway, right? I can go on and on, and I can go on and on, and I know this is my passion. This is my purpose. This is my calling. I love to talk to you. I love to inspire you. And like this video, if this has awakened anything in you, I'm willing to do it, whether I'm paid or not. And I know that God is going to bring forth the the fruit in the harvest in due time and in due season. Yes, I do. Yes, I do know. I understand that most people, they're not willing to be a vessel for God to use them. And it's so crazy. Why wouldn't you want to be a vessel for God to use you when you're doing what it is that you love to do? You're doing what it is that you're called to this earth to do. I'm gonna tell you something. Every single thing that you're doing, and this might hurt some people, or I don't know, take it as it resonates. Every single thing that you're doing when you get up out of your bed and you open your eyes, if it's not working towards your dreams, your goals, or what God called you to do here on this earth, and I know that if you're watching this, you know what it is. Whoa, I don't know what's going on. I clean my house so good. Um, if you are, if you know, if you're watching this video, you know what you're called here to do. But if you're not doing it and you're waking up every single day doing anything else but that, you're wasting your time. You're wasting our time. You're wasting our breath. You're wasting your breath. You're wasting everybody's oxygen. Like, you might as well just, no, don't do that. But get out of the way, get out of your own way. I have to keep reminding myself of this every single day. Ain't gonna lie. Um, but every time you do what God called you to do, which is what you want to do, heaven opens up. People love you more because people can feel when you actually love what you do. And when you don't love what you do, people can feel that too. We can all see it when we go to see if somebody, like if the person who's been dreaming about opening a restaurant, you can taste it in their food, man. You can taste it in their food. You can see it in their business. You can feel it in their energy. Somebody who's always wanted to create art, you can see through the art. They don't even have to say anything. You can feel it. What do you want? Do you want people to feel your energy? Do you want people to see your masterpiece? Or do you want people to not even see you? Because you know what's funny? When we walk outside and we walk into the world out there and we see millions and thousands, hundred thousands, billions of people per day, whatever. We come across so many people. And even if we're driving in our car or going on the metro or going on a bike, we pass hundreds and thousands and hundreds upon thousands of people, even if in their cars. But yet we only seem to come in contact and recognize the people that are on fire, the people who are doing what they're passionate about doing. We don't remember who tend to us at the Walmart grocery store or at Publix or at CVS or at Walgreens or wherever we go. We never seem to remember these people unless they are truly doing what they were put on this earth to do. I'm telling you, there's a lot of people on YouTube who pretend or maybe want to try to be a YouTuber and it's not their thing. Those people will never be remembered. I don't care how many times they upload a video, people will not remember them. You can it doesn't I'm not talking about how many subscribers you have. I'm talking about like the fire you're on. Like people remember Dwayne Wade because he put himself in that arena where he literally was relentless at what he did. And he did it until he could be where he is now, right? And whatever. And so like I know you're understanding me. And I know that you want to reach that level of ecstasy, but reach it every single day in your life. I want you to think about this. And I thought about this so many years and times, and I'm like, it's a lot of people with money, billionaires, millionaires. There's a lot of people out there who have money, and I'm talking about serious amount of wealth. They're very intellectually smart, yet none of them want to chase the things in this world. Like there are people out there who have so much money, and you will never ever know who they are or meet them because they're not worried about becoming a content creator or a social media influencer or a rock star or a singer or a dancer or a rapper or a because they're in their lane. Whatever they're doing, they're in their lane, and they don't let those things define them. You will be so surprised at how many people you meet that you've never seen in your life, but social media has programmed us to have a limited vision of, oh my god, everybody wants to be this one thing. That's not the case. We need you. Whatever you have is whatever we need. I'm telling you, everybody has a role to play. Everyone has a role to play, from the editor to the speaker to the person with the background lights. It's something so funny how when the lights come on at the right time, on cue, that person has the eyes to know what time. That person has the discipline to see it. The interior designer has the vision to design and decorate this beautiful place because they know it, they love it, they love everything about it. And the people who build, I can go on and on, guys. I love you so much. Subscribe to this channel if you want more videos like this, and make sure that you leave in the comment section down below what else would you like me to talk about. And yeah, like the video, share it, and I love you so much, and I'll see you on the next video. So much love to you guys. Okay, bye now.